Yo, good y'all, welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be looking at the reviews that IGN and I forgot the other channel will come back. Don't worry, you'll see me transition to it. I don't cut anything like a video like this. But just 3 total Pikmin 4 reviews. We're only going to look at 2. And yeah, so let's get straight into it. I don't want to waste your time. I also want to preface this video. Oh god! I want to preface this video by saying there are a few more spoilers-ish, but they kind of cut it to the point where, like, if the newest player would not understand, but maybe you would get some of the. I don't know how to put it, but there are some spoilers. I'll just leave that there.
Original Pikmin sprouted up out of nowhere on the GameCube. This oddball puzzle strategy series has all.
Quick thing to say: egg in the middle. Gateway, blue Pikmin going into a purple, all blue squad. Just saying. I'm not saying much, but I'm saying a little. You feel me? Like I'm not saying too much.
Place in my heart. But when I played Pikmin 4, well, my heart grew 2 sizes that day. The earliest hours started out slower than I would have liked, but when it got going, it reminded me of an onion in the best kind of way. Every layer I peeled back added more and more depth, eventually growing into the best version of the idea at the heart of it. Not all of it provides the same challenges I was
Nighttime
used
section
to,
right there.
Twice as many enemy types, and nearly 4 times the amount of hidden treasures I loved gathering in past games, along with its wonderful musical score, improved graphics, and fantastic post-game content. I just couldn't put it down until I'd finished everything it had to offer.
Hey, they use a purple ship just like me. So fresh and so green. Oh, that's funny.
Pikmin 4 continues the series tradition of us playing as an alien the
so
size
fresh and
of
so
an ant,
clean.
an Earth-like
Right, I don't know about that. That's
is
a classic.
Probably actually Earth. Charmingly, most of the treasures you collect along the way are named by their appearance. So
oh my god.
Spinners and the Stone of Advancement are really just fidget spinners and a Game Boy Advance SP. It's a fantastical world to begin with, but everything from the soil on the ground to the foliage everywhere on the maps is vibrant, and each location feels distinct.
Real. Pikmin 4 was amazing to play.
A garden filled with literally larger-than-life insects and flowers that
the demo,
over
right?
you, where objects like this broken potted plant become an impassable barrier until you find a way to remove it, and puddles in the dirt become small lakes requiring blue, or the new ice Pikmin, to gather the treasure hidden on the other side.
You can see that count. Why would you throw those in?
Much of the fun and strategy of Pikmin games comes from collecting and commanding different types of obedient little plant creatures to do your bidding, and generally avoiding sending them to their doom.
Bro. Oh.
For those jumping into Pikmin for the first time, it can seem like there's a lot going on, especially with 9 types of cutesy creatures to master, having to split your attention between multiple objectives, and learning to manage your resources. But it's not as complex as a full-fledged real-time strategy game like StarCraft, and to its great credit, Pikmin 4 does a gentle job of rolling out.
Didn't they stop referring to this game as an RTS? After a while, they just called it like an AI strategy game or something like that?
New Pikmin items and abilities at a pace that won't overwhelm with too many options.
Okay, you missed completely.
One of the most immediately noticeable differences between Pikmin 4 and its predecessors is that here, there's no time limit to the number of days you have to finish the story like in the original, nor is there any threat of running out of supplies like in Pikmin 3. It's a relief, honestly, and a recognition that a lot of us play games to escape from the tension of impending deadlines that haunt us in school or work. Even without the time pressure, though, mistakes will happen. You might think there's no problem too big when you have a numerical advantage.
Bro. Why do people think to instantly attack it once it rolls one way?
Okay, fire types are super effective against ice types, so this is a done deal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's almost as if...
Okay, now everyone, walk under the spiderweb and...
Oh, hey, it's that guy from 3 who made me so angry.
Don't worry, no Pikmin were permanently harmed in the making of that montage because Pikmin 4 gives us a handy feature that can bail you out from these mistakes.
44,000 spark.
Until you finish the current day, you
can
choose
to
rewind time to fix your mistakes and improve your efficiency.
Ooh, oh.
You can choose to rewind time to fix your mistakes and improve...
Okay, I guess since I bring this up now... Actually, no, I won't say much more because I don't know how deep people know about the stuff, the in game stuff. But isn't this treasure already discovered, or is this a different whatever? This is this character is so funny because I'm pretty sure it's actually no. I don't think I'm gonna say it. I'll wait until like post game to say it, but
your efficiency.
nah.
As a perfectionist,
But if you know what I'm trying to say, you know what I'm trying to say. So
I found myself taking
I don't want
advantage
to.
of
I don't want to talk too much about information that isn't currently confirmed right now, like outside of leaks. So
the system constantly.
hey, oh, they actually killed it.
Among the many things to keep track of in Pikmin 4 is a wonderful new companion, this weird little pup, Ochi. He can carry you and your entire army of Pikmin on his back across obstacles like water, sniff out hidden items, and help you jump to reach shortcuts and items like never before. Of all the upgrades, Ochi's charge attack came like—
I wonder what the point of that bridge is. Because I mean, can you just swim across, or does he have to like? Do they have to put a bridge there just to make it not busted for him to swim across the water? But whatever.
my favorite of his abilities. Higher levels give him the ability to stun enemies for longer periods, while at the same time sending my entire
they got
horde of
that.
Pikmin onto
They got
the
that Party
target to
Rockers
dispatch
anthem
them
going
quickly.
on. I see that. I
This
feel
proved to
it.
be one of the best strategies for combat. and with
Purple's
the
probably
exception of
annihilate
bosses,
here.
It usually took down most enemies in one move, if I had enough or the right types of Pikmin along for the ride. That's the real trick to Pikmin 4's combat. With
That's that guy from
110
Pikmin
unique
3.
enemies, you've always got to be ready to adjust the composition of your army to counter them.
So,
For instance, if you try to battle a fiery Bulblacks with anything other
Why?
than red Pikmin, they'll ignite and run off screaming to their doom. But hey, that's what the rewind feature's for. Most boss battles are
Oh, hey,
saved
it's
for the
that guy.
lower floors of the various cave sublevels. And while there are plenty of returning faces here, we also encounter a handful of new ones like the Sovereign Bulblacks and the Foolix, the latter of which is a
the
clever
Sovereign
evolution—
Bulblack. Wait, that's the Sovereign Bulblacks? That's interesting. I thought this was No, this is Emperor Bulblacks, right? Because not unless they're gonna make Emperor Bulblacks smaller, making this Sovereign Bulblacks, and then the first games. Oh, that would be weird. First games is actually Sovereign Bulblacks, which would make sense, right? Because I guess it would make sense that they would miscorrectly name it in scientific whatever. I don't care.
handful of new ones like the Sovereign Bulblacks and the Foolix, the latter of which is a clever evolution on the Gulix from the
Bro,
very first Pikmin.
you just-
Considering all the new types of enemies with how
Here we go. I saw this whenever I was looking through the gameplay because for whatever reason, this confirms all onions for all types except for green, but we'll get to that later. It's fine. I forgot what they're called, like wisp. No, light pick. I don't know. Nope. Not gonna try to guess. Reds, yellows, blues, cyan, which would just be ice. Black, which would be or gray technically for rock. Pink for wings. Purple for purple. You know what I mean? Like it's all here. So
mental properties.
unless
and
it's
the fact
just
that
unless it's just here for like stand-in, then I'm pretty sure we're getting onions for all types because it would be weird for them to just have onions for onionless characters. Like
Pikmin
it's
4
weird.
only lets you bring out 3 types of Pikmin at a time, I felt encouraged to plan out my strategy for the day accordingly.
Dang. Ice, baby. I don't know nothing about
As
that
for
either.
the 2 new Pikmin types, the first you'll encounter are Ice Pikmin, and just look what they can do!
Oh, that's the first time I've seen an ice
One of my
pellet.
favorites thanks to their freezing
think.
effect, which works in tandem with Ochi's stun.
Wait a minute.
and
I just
allows you to change status effects
I just realized. I just spoke it into existence. Yeah, that is the first time I've ever seen an ice pellet because we haven't seen it in the demo, and that confirms there's an onion for all types. Okay, yeah.
on enemies
So I was
big and
literally
small,
right.
making them a solid choice in most situations.
I'm an
More
idiot.
Pikmin are the other new additions, but they are really only available during night missions. There you'll trade in your real-time strategy-style gameplay for a simplistic tower defense format, where you're challenged to protect various anthill-like structures until morning using only glow Pikmin.
Yanni.
I didn't really care for
Looks
these
like
early
character
on,
D.
but around the midway point of the campaign, they added some new terrifying creatures and secondary points to defend, finally introducing the complexity and enemy variety I craved. As someone who seeks out challenge, I wasn't a huge fan of some of the new single-use items. They're just overpowered and remove the need to be strategic.
Mine.
After testing them all
Oh,
out, I
mine.
felt like
Oh,
I had to
literal
artificially
mine.
limit my use of them in most situations to keep things from getting too easy, since Pikmin 4 doesn't offer any difficulty settings.
This was my biggest issue. This was my gripe, low-key, was that it didn't have a difficulty slider, despite the fact 3 had at least another difficulty. Well, 3 Deluxe had another difficulty. I feel like they should give us a difficulty, but I feel like there will be something in place to like change that up. I don't know. Maybe there is a difficulty slider and they're just lying, but I highly doubt they would. So I don't know. But they say, oh, actually, I'll wait for her to say it, and then I'll preface it with something else. Her post face. I don't know. You know what I mean.
The story took me around 20 hours to complete, but in classic Pikmin tradition, that is less the real ending than a signal of more to come. While I can't go into detail,
okay, that would mean that it takes 20 hours to complete the main game probably, and then another like what, probably like 5 hours to get I don't know, get to the next timeline, because you know how the whole Louis thing is like an hour long.
well, I will say that the post-credits content in Pikmin 4 might just be the best
Oh
the
right,
series
the
has ever delivered.
Olimar thing, forgot.
Pikmin 4's greatest folly is that it saves the best of its new tricks until you've completed the campaign's first ending and seen the credits. I would have liked to have dived right into all these creative locations, met their bizarre inhabitants, and unlocked its homage to previous Pikmin games.
Oh yeah, the mushrooms right there. This entire place seems to be based on the the other location looked like it was based on Pikmin 3's not Wistful Wilds, that's Pikmin 2. Pikmin 3's I forgot what the snow place is called, but you know what I mean. Also, this is the daycare, quote unquote.
One of my minor gripes, though, is
3,
how
right there.
co-op works in Pikmin 4.
And call it anything Pikmin 3 related.
Where a second player could take control of another character, Pikmin 4 instead has your co-op partner play as a reticle floating around the screen, and that can throw pebbles to move objects or hit enemies as your character does his usual thing. It's more of an assist mode, and that's a letdown after playing the last few in real co-op.
I'm not going to say anything until the end. Well, not the end, but yeah.
Outside of the traditional campaign gameplay, Pikmin 4 offers a pair of modes designed to test your aptitude at the concept of dandori, a Japanese word for the practice of organizing tasks strategically and working effectively to execute plans. In the dandori challenges, you must gather all the treasures within a time limit with a limited number of Pikmin, and the final couple of courses buck Pikmin's trend of being kid-friendly, and are sure to test the best Pikmin players out there if they want to earn the coveted platinum medal.
Pushing the lines of kid-friendly in this game.
And then there's the Dandori battle mode, a chaotic mix of combat and gathering, and it's an enjoyable way to challenge my multitasking skill against an opponent who wants to win just as much as I do. You can play against the AI or a friend in local multiplayer, which is nice, but it's a shame there's no online capability.
I don't know Pikmin has like online, and I don't think we need it, so it's kind of a useless.
Like the three wonderfully weird mainline games before it, Pikmin 4 has once again captured my heart with its charming creatures that fearlessly follow commands regardless of their own well-being. The difficulty leaned a bit too much towards the easier side, but all new features like ability upgrades, a pair of new Pikmin, and our loyal sidekick Ochi add some variety to the traditional gameplay by offering options other than the grab-and-throw Pikmin formula of the past. Coupled with the largest number of enemies to battle, treasures to collect, and awesome post-game content that incorporates some great callbacks to the earlier games, I'm left with not just a positive outlook on Pikmin 4, but the direction the series is heading as a whole. For more on the Nintendo Switch...
No, since this game isn't a shooter, I thought they were going to be like, oh, this game sucks, trash, mid. I would say this though, I'd agree with the multiplayer part, the fact that the multiplayer is just really like disappointing. Like, why is the multiplayer so, like, why? I get Ochi is like immortal in this game, but like, come on. Well, not immortal, but you know what I mean. Like, they could have done something for that. It's not unreal to think that one of the, like, they could have played as Dingo or whatever. It was this, and what else? It was, online, like, I don't see what the point of online Pikmin is. I can see that for, like, no, I can't see it at all. No, there's no point in this. I mean, Pikmin has always been a couch game, so I don't know. And the difficulty's like my biggest gripe, but whatever. Anyway, moving on. Don't focus on my feed. It's all Wendigo and like God knows what. Anyway,
Pikmin has always held a strange spot in Nintendo.
I want to say something real quick. This looks like the the girl from this looks like the girl from either League of Legends, not League of Legends, no, Arcane, League of Legends Arcane, and then it also kind of looks like that one girl from Overwatch, the big girl, the pink haired girl.
Nintendo's library of games and franchises. Its creation is credited to Mario and Zelda's dad, Shigeru Miyamoto, which means Nintendo holds it in high esteem. But it has never quite reached the cultural...
They held it in such high esteem, they didn't want to touch the game series for probably the past few years, so...
ubiquity of his other works. And, you know, maybe it's unfair to compare the adorable strategy game about dragging the corpses of defeated foes into your spaceship to the iconic plumber and the hero of time, but Pikmin 4 might be the one that moves the series closer to those legacies. It represents a high point for Pikmin, thanks in large part to Ochi, the helpful dog that can carry you and all your Pikmin on its back.
Thank you for Charles Hart doing all the amazing editing, because I definitely couldn't do it.
Of welcoming
no, dang well I couldn't do it.
While also featuring enough references to the past that those who have been playing the series since 2001 will be charmed by returning characters and new lore. The story is not deep, to be clear. You must rescue yourself and others after crash landing on an alien planet.
They already... God dang it, what is up with them in showing... Well, these are all the, like, a bunch of recruits. But I was gonna say, since it's here now,
yourself and others.
That's Alf, Brittany, and Charlie right there. They're not the real ones. They're fanboys. I wasn't gonna say it until they confirmed it, but that's. I mean, that look at what we're looking at here. I mean, what do you want me to say? Like
after crash landing.
I mean, I said I wasn't gonna say until they like confirm. Oh, also Ice Onion. So I wasn't going to say until, like, you know, who is there, but, like, yeah, I'm just going to say it.
An alien planet with the help of the Pikmin, but all the characters, there are many.
Patch, Chet, Santi.
Have unique personalities. It also really leans into the, are we on Earth? Subtext the series has always featured more than ever, which is an element I have always loved. The star of Pikmin 4, however, is Ochi.
Yep, as expected.
He doesn't particularly look like a dog,
clapping on
but
him.
he acts like one, excitedly greeting you every morning for your daily adventure, defending you from danger, and helping your Pikmin carry objects they can't quite handle alone.
Knocking him out.
In a game about managing...
why is he doing that Nandori mission with the 100 upgraded whatever?
A large group of helpful creatures, Ochi is your fantastic assistant manager that does all the heavy lifting. His greatest strength, however, is carrying you and all your Pikmin with the press of a button. As visually interesting as it has always been to corral dozens of Pikmin and throw them at your problems, it always leads to annoying issues of them falling off bridges or getting caught on corners. Gathering all your Pikmin on Ochi's back eliminates this issue and makes everything just so much more manageable, which lets you focus on what's fun about the game. Finding and making new paths in the traditional Pikmin levels to expand your exploration avenues in the limited time frame is rewarding, and the locations are all visually distinct.
That's probably the most gameplay we'll ever see from Blue. So I'm done.
Much easier to learn.
Oh.
They feel less
like he's that guy.
mazes, which I appreciate. The addition of underground caves is another highlight. While underground, time slows for reasons that are thankfully hand-waved away with some funny dialogue, and you are free to play Pikmin without fear of the clock. These sections are frequent, enjoyable, and bite-sized. They never outstay their welcome, except for the marathon finale, but I enjoyed that.
The marathon?
And they encourage you to try new strategies in spaces designed to push you creatively.
Oh, that's that area.
You can also venture out at night for the first time in dedicated combat sequences where you worry less about losing Pikmin while defending a home base from encroaching enemies. The night sections are repetitive but are rarely required for progress. It's the mode I engaged with the least, but I was happy to play them when I wanted a break from the typical gameplay. The Nandori sequences mix up the action even further with enjoyable competitive scenarios against AI opponents and sections where you are awarded medals for collecting the most in a limited amount of time. The former sequences are exciting and often intense, and the latter does a great job of making you pine for that perfect score. I replayed many, despite having already completed the minimum requirements.
Real.
Ochi, the caves, and Dandori are all excellent additions to Pikmin, but the new rewind option is arguably the one that most addressed my frustrations with the Pikmins of the past. Rewind lets you roll back the clock a bit if you just need a little extra time at the end of a day or against a tough boss. Ochi helps you take care of your Pikmin, and they are the smartest they have ever been, but I was still thankful for the rewind option, especially for some of the big challenges near the end. The mechanic is one I honestly didn't lean on a lot, but I was so happy I could use it when I did need it.
As smart as they've ever been.
When it comes to iterating on the standard Pikmin gameplay established by the first release, Pikmin 4 is the smoothest, best controlling, best looking version, and all the additions are worthwhile and fun to play. The variety of tasks, which you can tackle in any order of your choice, prevents you from doing the same thing for too long, and I enjoyed saving other survivors and expanding my home base roster. Pikmin may never rise to the top of the Nintendo heap, and honestly it's probably unfair to expect that it ever could, but the latest Pikmin is the best effort yet.
Oh, that's hard. Alright, and I think that's it for this one. I think I'm not gonna go into the third one. The third one's like a 15-minute video, and it's like what do you want to buy? I'm like, yeah, obviously it's Pikmin. I think to not recap, but to go over some stuff. We get more scenic, more areas. Oh, caves, and all that. They say there's a marathon at the end apparently, which is like, whoa. So I'm apparent. I mean, that could be what the lady was referring to earlier when she said it paid homage to previous games. What if we go through areas from Pikmin, like small sections of Pikmin, like 1 through 3, and like, but it's probably a boss rush. It's probably just a basic boss rush, which is cool. I like that. And at the end, you probably get to fight, like, I imagine you get to fight like Olimar or like Little Mac, because that'll be the only time he'll ever get a game appearance.
Self and others.
I'm sorry, a game appearance in the 21st century that isn't Smash Bros.
Crash landing on an.
Let's see. Yeah, we have Alf, Brittany, Charlie in the back. I didn't want to say it, but like, but this is the pink girl I paused earlier, and I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to like trigger anyone. Like, and be like, oh my god, you spoiled. Like, no, I didn't spoil anything. It's right there.
Alien planet.
I also did preface this video by saying there would be spoilers from either me or whatever. I don't care.
With the help of the Pikmin.
Yeah, but honestly, the fact that there's so many so many different characters is like really nice. But anyway, if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and please, I'll see you guys next time.